I am disturbed. Why am I disturbed? I am disturbed because of this. I am disturbed because of that person, because of this situation. I don't know why I'm disturbed. The word disturbed remains common mostly. Why do we get disturbed? X number of people are happy, but more people are disturbed. Today in Sid K Breathes AiR, meaning Siddharth, Kannan in conversation with Atman and Ravi, we find out why are we disturbed? How not to get disturbed? Can we lead a disturb-free life? All this presenting Atman and Ravi. Hello.
How are you?
You know, this is probably one of the most used words. I'm feeling disturbed with what you said. I feel disturbed also a number of times. Do you feel disturbed?
I used to feel disturbed.
You used to.
And now, when I feel disturbed, it is just for a fraction of a moment, comes, goes. Because you're disturbed because you're letting your mind make you blind. You're disturbed because, let me give you an analogy. There is a serene lake. Calm, peaceful. Suddenly, ripples, water, hurricane, storm, air, wind. Oh, the whole lake is disturbed. When you let thoughts pour like rain, they will disturb you again and again. Understand what is the cause of being disturbed. Who is disturbing you? What is disturbing you? And I'm leaving you with a thought before you ask me the next question. Haven't you experienced peace? Peace of mind you don't have to find. It is within. Still the mind. You may be disturbed, but if you spend just 10 minutes in silence, any type of silence, you regain your composure. You become peaceful. But you don't understand why. It is because you were able to still the mind. If you still the mind, you kill the mind. There is no mind. Because the mind is nothing but a bundle of thoughts. So who is the culprit? The culprit is this. The mind is a rascal. Kill your mind before your mind kills you. The one who disturbs you is your mind. A mind which you cannot find.
The mind is the rascal. Anyway, this is one of AiR's books as well, right?
Yes, it's a book.
Where can we find that?
That book is online on Amazon. It's available on Google Play for a free download. When knowledge is sold at a price, that knowledge to help you will be a big surprise. So our books are available free of cost.
And how many books like this do you have?
70 books on Google Play for a free download.
Wow, so if you want to make sure your life is becoming better, grab those books. Remember, it's free of cost. So there's no ulterior motive here. So grab it if you really believe it's going to make a difference. I believe it will. So now coming back to this. A renowned spiritual guru, she says, if you don't focus on negative emotions, I repeat, if you don't focus on negative emotions, we will automatically be in peace. What she has said, is that true?
I would like to make that a little clearer. You don't have to focus on negativity. Negativity will come automatically. See, the mind doesn't, you don't need to focus, tell me am I right or wrong. You don't need to focus on fear and worry and stress and anxiety. It comes on its own. Therefore, if you don't focus on negative energy, what you said is that you will automatically be peaceful. Sorry, I don't agree. If you want to have peace, replace negative energy with positive energy. When you fill your life with pep is positive energy, power, then you remove negative energy, which is poison. See, no, which fool in this world wants to focus on negative energy? Tell me, would anybody say, I want fear, I want anger, anxiety? Which fool wants it? Nobody wants to focus on negative energy. By default, the mind by default goes into negative energy. The mind is a rascal. Therefore, you need to focus on positive energy.
So you mean to say that particular spiritual guru was not right in this comment?
No, I think when they are saying you should not focus on negative energy, whoever the guru is, I don't know. I think that we must make it clear, don't focus on negative energy, but replace negative energy with positive energy. Don't live with doubt, live with faith. Don't live with hate, bring in love. Don't have fear, bring in courage. You replace a negative emotion with a positive emotion. Do you know, the mind is a thought factory. Suppose today you have a bottle factory and you're feeding that bottle factory plastic. What type of bottles will come? If you're feeding plastic, what bottle will come?
Plastic bottle.
If you feed glass, what bottle will come?
Glass bottle.
So the mind is a factory. Ta-dong, 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 ta-dong. So whatever you feed into the mind, you feed net, you'll have negative thoughts. You feel pep, you'll have positive thoughts. You don't feed anything,
you won't get anything?
no, you'll have negative thoughts. If you don't feed anything.
Empty mind, that's why.
Empty minds. What they say, empty mind is the devil's workshop. Actually, the mind has a job. The mind's job is to create negativity. But we don't realize this. We say, oh, mind is king. The mind is not king. The mind is the cause of suffering. We have to eliminate the mind. And we have to reach that state of consciousness. In that state of consciousness, there is eternal bliss.
You talk about peace being achieved, and when you say it, it sounds so easy. You say positivity. When you say it, it sounds so easy. If peace and positivity is so easy to achieve, then why are we struggling to achieve it? Why are we perpetually disturbed? Why is the struggle on to achieve those two things?
Because we are not being taught how to be peaceful. We are taught English and mathematics and chemistry and physics and computer technology. Have you ever heard a class on peace? No, we are not taught. For example, there's something called stress. Stress is nothing but S-T-R-E-S-S. Sad thoughts, toxic thoughts, repetitive thoughts, exhausting thoughts, suffocating thoughts, sadistic thoughts. Now you are letting this stress go. It's drilling you and killing you. And then you say, I am disturbed. I'm surprised. Of course you will be disturbed. If you keep on having sadistic thoughts, what do you expect? A lot of people say, chinta. I tell them, chinta karne ka matlab nahi. Chinta karne ka
matlab nahi.
तकलीफ ना हो तो चिंता नहीं, तकलीफ ना हो तो तकलीफ हो तो भी चिंता नहीं. हाँ, जैसे कैसे? तकलीफ अगर हो और हम कुछ कर सकते, फिर चिंता का मतलब ना, कोई मतलब ना. If you can do something, then why worry? And if you can do nothing, then why worry? We are so caught in this worry, W-O-R-R-Y. Waste of life, overthinking, repeating the fear, rehearsing the problem, and yearning. We are not understanding the simple way to find peace. शांति से मिला क्या हंसी आनंद, सत्य के चित्त में मिला सच्चिदानंद, शांति से मिला. You have to enjoy the bliss that comes from peace. Do you know, peace is the foundation of happiness. Where there is peace, there is happiness. Think about it. If you lose your peace, you can't be happy.
In fact, Jasmine Moses from Goa says, we live in a world, air, where we have to deal with different kinds of energies. Every human we meet has a different energy and it impacts our behavior too. How can one save their energy from draining while meeting negative people?
See, you need to block the mind and you need to lock the mind. You need to block the mind and then you need to lock the mind. Imagine this mind of yours like a gushing river. Uttarakhand, you saw that cloud burst and that river. You saw that in the TV, right? The mind is like that. The mind is like a river in spate. It's coming there. Now, you can't build a dam. Can you build a dam when the mind is like that?
No.
So when the mind is not gushing, at that time you put the dam. So when the mind gushes, then you block the mind. You lock the mind with the intellect. You be in a state of consciousness. So this Miss Moses from Goa, you must remember one thing. If you don't do this, you don't lock your mind, you don't block your mind, then I have a small little verse for you. It says, Man bada hai chor, चैन चुराता है, डर और चिंता में हमें डुबाता है. मन को है मारना, दुश्मन बड़ा है वो, मन को जो मारे शांति वो पाता. So it's very important for us to understand it's the mind that steals our peace of mind.
Has anyone lost their peace of mind here? Who's disturbed? The way to tackle how not to be disturbed. Any questions, please?
Hello, Ray. I have one question. I went through a depression and that time I don't know why, but I was unable to control my thoughts. Even I was pushing so hard. So sometimes same situation comes. So how we can face the situation or correct this thing? Can you give me the solution?
Thank you for talking about what you went through, and I appreciate the courage that you spoke up.
So the problem is that when you are in a depression, you can't get out of it. That's her problem. It's like saying, when you're between two mountains, you're at the bottom of the valley, then you can't climb the mountain. Obviously, because you're at your lowest point. When you're in your depression, it only means that you have been bombarded with fear, worry, stress and anxiety. Any of these in an extra proportion. When there's a lot of fear, lot of worry, lot of stress and anxiety, you get into a state of depression. The state of depression is when there is an aggression of thoughts. The mind is shooting at you 50 thoughts a minute. You are trying to get out of that depression when the mind is pushing you back. You are not able to get out of it because there's so much pressure from the mind of thoughts. So first you still the mind. You should have, if you are still in a situation where you are feeling depressed and you want to get out of it, the simple solution, still the mind. The mind is not like an AK-47, the mind is a MK-50, mind killer 50 thoughts a minute. It keeps on telling you, oh, where's my guy? Where's my guy? Has he gone with another girl? Will he come back? What if he ditches me? The mind goes on, goes on, goes on. It may be, I'm just giving an example, it may be any thought. Person who's going through a bankruptcy. Oh, I have no money. The bank will attach my assets. The creditors will come. I'll have no house. How will I feed my family? The thoughts just go on and on. There's no problem. It's a fear. It's a false expectation appearing real. And you're at your lowest because in that depression, you are locked in that depression. To be unlocked, still the mind. Reach that state of consciousness. Then deal with the situation. After all in life, everything is a drama. In the end, we all have to go. Which person in this world continues to live for 500 years without depression? No, depression is a small matter. But some people who are not out of depression, they go into suicide. Very dangerous. Therefore, you should stop fear, worry, stress, anxiety into taking you into that state of depression. That's my answer. You know, some Bollywood stars, I know a Bollywood star who says, oh, I'm in depression. Just like it's a fashion statement. I'm in depression. Kya depression hai? Depression is a state of being, state of mind. You want to wipe out the depression, wipe out the aggression of thoughts. Program yourself with positive thoughts, be still, count your blessings. You want to count your blessings?
Of course.
When upon life's journey you are stressed and tossed, when you are discouraged thinking all is lost, count your many blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. The thing is in churches, right? But you must always count your blessings, name them one by one. Keep on counting your blessings. I had the blues because I had no shoes. I had the blues because I had no shoes until upon the street I found a man who had no feet. So we must always count our blessings.
How important is accepting and understanding to avoid getting depressed? Like accepting the situation you're in, understanding it, does it help?
It helps a lot. But the problem is when you're in that disturbed state, you are not able to accept. You are not able to accept because you have not been guided that your disturbance is because of some circumstances or somebody or something is happening in your life. When you realize that whatever is causing this disturbance is a reaction of your own action, if you realize it's a reward for your own doings, then you say, Ajao, come on, khatam, jaldi khatam ho jao, jaldi, come on, go yaar. You'll say, yeah, very good, yaar, ho gaya, abhi I'm free. Therefore, those who realize or understand the law of karma, they don't get disturbed, they accept. Accept without protest and surrender. Because whatever will be, will be. But you don't accept because you don't understand that whatever is happening in life is going to happen. You can do your best. After doing your best, surrender the rest.
Well, does someone want to surrender right now? Give us what you feel, like how the previous lady did, and tell us why they're disturbed, what they're disturbed about, or anything else that we can help you with. Question, please.
Hi, Sid. My question is, how can we still our mind?
If you want to still your mind, the simplest way is to look at your mind, which doesn't exist actually, as a monkey. Yeah, monkey? What is the monkey? Give one banana, another banana. You have two buns in your hand, he'll take everything. Then he'll drop everything. The mind is a greedy monkey. The monkey, if you want to still the mind, it's very simple. Make the monkey into a monk. M-O-N-K-E-Y. Cut the tail. E-Y. What's left? You become a monk. To make the monkey into the monk, that E-Y is ever yelling, ever yearning. Go on, yelling. War is happening, war is happening, this fellow murdered, this happened, this accident, this fellow stole. Why get that yelling of the world in your head? Such a small, peaceful head. Why put all the garbage inside? If you put garbage in your head, then there will be junk. You'll never be a monk. If you want to be a monk, stop EY, ever yelling, and ever yearning. Ever yearning what? I want that also. Amazon.com. Very simple. Money back guarantee. Buy this also, buy this also, buy this also, buy this also. How many 20 dresses you bought? You need 4, you bought 20. This mind that is ever yelling and ever yearning, this is causing the problem. You can't still it. To still the mind, cut the tail. Simple. Monkey becomes a monk.
Now, we've all gone through this situation. We see our friend, our lover, parents, sometimes acquaintances. Sometimes you see a person on the road and you see them suffering and you get pained by it. You get disturbed seeing the pain of someone in front of you. Sometimes you get disturbed by seeing the pain of someone you love. Can you love someone without getting disturbed by their pain?
You can love. You can love someone, but the problem that you said earlier was different. There are two aspects of it.
Yes, of course.
The first aspect is, there is so much trauma. There's so much pain, so much suffering. You experience trauma because you don't realize it's a drama. The moment you realize it's a drama, then you will not worry about the trauma because you know what is happening is karma. In this drama called life, every trauma, every suffering is nothing but karma. When you come to know, suppose some of your best friend, he broke his leg. You can say, oh yeah, how are you? Are you fine? I hope you're fine. I hope get well soon, fine. But back in your heart, in your head, you must know, he broke his leg because it was meant to be. The divine law of karma cannot be circumvented. Nobody can escape. So, the moment you realize everything is karma, then you will enjoy the drama and you will not experience any trauma. Now, the second aspect of yours, then can you still love? Of course you can love. But you must love not the skin, but the divine that is within. And if the divine within has an exterior pain of the body, accept it gracefully. Every human being in this world will suffer. That's why the Buddha called it dukkha. Samsar mein dukkha hai. Means that if you come to this world, there will be dukkha. And that's why he said you must get mukti, nirvana. Nirvana means you should be free from the samsara, from the circle of birth and death.
Okay, now another thing pops up, and I completely agree with this. Danish Khan has sent us a message from Kanpur, and he says, Dear Air, there's a fine line between disturbance that inspires us to work towards something and disturbance that doesn't let us do anything. How can one realize that and avoid the chances of getting carried away?
No, your disturbance may become a source of your desperation, or your disturbance can become an inspiration. So this is what he is saying. So if you let the disturbance become a motivation, that disturbance challenges you, you have a problem, that's good. Now I'm going to close the deal, I'm going to start the problem. But if you let that disturbance become a desperation, so the thin line is whether you live with hope or dope. If you live with hope, H-O-P-E, having only positive expectations. H-O-P-E, having only positive expectations. But if you live with dope, it means you're then with desperation. You're just going to give up. So therefore, yes, problems will come. Problems are like zooming trains. They will come, but they will go away. So we should not let problems defeat us. And we should create this disturbance to become an inspiration.
Good question, Danish. Any other questions? Any thoughts that are disturbing you? Any thoughts that are probably breaking you down, which we can build back together?
Hi, Air. I have a question. How to differentiate that we are mentally disturbed or we are into state of mental depression where we need a psychiatrist or a doctor to see?
This is a big problem. People who are mentally disturbed are made to feel that they are in a depression. And it has become a big business, the mind medicine. In mind medicine, they don't give you any medicine. They just give you placebo sugar pills to make you feel, or they give you tranquilizers to knock you out, to sleep, because you can still your mind. There's a difference between a depression issue and a neurological issue. A neurological issue is to do with the nerves of the body. The nerves and the brain need medication. But I am against any medication for depression. If you have got mental disturbance, depression is nothing but an aggravation of that. When that gets aggravated, that gets increased, then that mental disturbance becomes bigger. You go into a state of depression. First there is worry, stress, anxiety. This leads into a state of depression. In a state of depression, you become hopeless. You just feel like killing yourself, or you feel like sitting in your house and locking the door and putting a blanket on your head and don't feel like eating and don't feel like talking to anybody. This is a state of depression. But you have to learn to snap out of it by telling yourself that these are just thoughts in which you are caught. When you are caught in thought in a manner that you are sinking, then you are in a state of depression. As long as you still have positive friends, you're reading a positive book, you're watching a positive movie or hearing a positive song, you're only mentally disturbed. If you don't take care when the mind is disturbed, you can slip into the state of depression. But depression is just a mind state. The good news is you can just get out of it. If you learn to be positive, fill your life with positive energy, have some faith, get a spiritual mentor, realize the truth about life, you can just snap out of depression in a moment.
So tell me, what lifestyle habits should I keep or follow, or food habits, to be emotionally strong, mentally strong, and not probably get disturbed by the smallest of things?
It's very simple. Make it a policy in your life, a philosophy of your life, to always use your intellect to identify nourishing and toxic. There are nourishing people and there are toxic people. There are some people you meet, they'll make you happy. Arey yaar, kaisa hai, aaj sab acha hai. And there are some people who will come and say, Arey yaar, pata hai kitne log mar gaye yaar.
We've seen a lot of those.
You heard? So the moment you meet people, there are nourishing people and there are toxic people. Eliminate toxic people. There is nourishing thoughts and toxic thoughts. Eliminate toxic thought. There is nourishing food and toxic food. There's some food which you eat where you feel good, and there's some food you eat because it makes you so sleepy. In the spiritual world, these are called, I won't elaborate, but they are called sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. In simple words, sattvic is pure, rajasic is passionate, and tamasic is poisonous. So we must learn to live a sattvic life, a nourishing life. In our language, don't go spiritual, in our language, live a nourishing life, nourishing food, nourishing thought, nourishing people, nourishing TV serials, nourishing movies, nourishing conversations. Not you watch a movie and you're so depressed and you say, बहुत अच्छा picture था, बहुत sad picture था. अरे सर sad picture क्यों देखते हो यार? Why are you pouring misery in your head? And then you say, I'm dead. Obviously you are dead because you put misery in your head.
Thank you so much, AiR. I hope we've nourished you with AiR's thoughts. And my questions were actually the audience questions, because I speak on your behalf, right? And the audience is here. Remember, this is no holds barred. Everything is as natural as it can get. We ask him questions which he doesn't even know of, and he speaks from the heart. Because in Sid K Breathes AiR, yani ki Siddharth, Kannan, in conversation with Atman and Ravi, our endeavor is to nourish you, make you feel fulfilled, make you feel complete, address every query, problem, or disturbance that you have. Remember, you can send me your questions, the topics you'd like us to talk about on my Instagram handle, and follow AiR on Instagram, YouTube, buy his books on various platforms online free of cost. I am Siddharth Kannan, Sid K Breathes AiR, your final take AiR.
Final take, life is a choice. You choose or you lose. You want to be happy, you can be happy. And I leave you with a little quote of mine, a favorite quote. If you can be glad, but you choose to be sad. If you can be glad, but you choose to be sad, then you are mad.
On that note, bye-bye. Sid K Breathes AiR. Nourish your thought, your mind, your soul. Bye.